In this date 8/6/2008, 0741 I decided I was going to master this game, or I was going to quit. This decision is what started this whole thing. I started keeping an online journal to document my progress. So I have a timeline to speak of what happened, and when. I wanted to keep playing, so I really had only one choice, to master this game. This put me in a state of mind that nothing would get in my way, or I would not settle for anything but mastery, or I would be willing to do anything to master this game. So in order to master this game, I had to do the reverse of ego and emotional things. Instead of keeping all my skills, which are assigned one is good ego trap, I sold many of my skills. I kept the most important ones. To master the game, one has to, instead of hunting big mobs with big gun for the big payouts, they have to hunt small mobs with small guns for tiny payouts. This is what facilitated the accidental discovery. By avoiding ego and emotional traps long enough, I conditioned myself into the state of enlightenment by accident. Or in my quest to master this game, I had to avoid emotional or egotistical traps in order to win. This is the date I became aware of this personality change, 10/31/2008, 13:04. This is the post I made on that date. I want to start by saying, it took me 57 pages of posts to master hunting. Now I want to try to give you some ideas on how to tell if you have mastered hunting. If someone asks you what the best armor is, and you laugh. If someone asks you what the best mob to hunt is, and you laugh. If someone asks you what mob loots the best, and you laugh. If someone asks you what's the best skill, and you laugh. If someone asks you what's the best gun, and you laugh. If someone asks you, do you make profits? And you laugh. If someone asks you, why are you laughing? And you laugh, you have mastered hunting. This laughing is a symptom of this change that occurred. It is similar to the sensation one gets when someone tells them a riddle, and they don't get it. But then when they are told the answer, they say, oh, that was so easy, why didn't I get that? So this post is when everything became easy, or I realized this game was so easy, why did I make it so hard? But in reality, the game is very hard. Something changed that made me perceive everything is easy. People are still losing much money in this game, but to me this game is too simple now. So this post above is a symptom. On that date my perception changed. Gamma waves on League are associated with perception and consciousness. On my League the gamma waves were elevated, but still within normal limits. So since that date my sense of time has diminished greatly, sense of taste and touch have diminished greatly, desires and urges are diminished greatly. These changes are symptom my perception changed. My perception changed because I avoided egotistical and emotional things for a period of about 3 months. The game was the catalyst of the change, but now I understand one can just as easily block egotistical situations and emotional situations in real life. So the game enabled this accidental discovery, but the game is not the accidental discovery. The accidental discovery is, if one blocks or avoids ego and emotions enough. For about 3 months they will develop symptoms such as extreme clarity and ability to understand things easily, and have no sense of time, and lose all emotional baggage, loss of taste and touch sensitivity, loss of many desires and urges. Vision and hearing are not affected. There is no depression, and no confusion, but there is laughter, this aha feeling, about understanding things. So the laughter remains, but the anger and hate and bitterness, happiness, ego, pride, etc., that's nearly all gone. There are many details about what this extreme clarity gives one. It's a touchy subject. If a bricklayer tries to listen to a calculus student explain calculus, the bricklayer won't understand much about what the calculus student is talking about. The bricklayer might suggest the calculus student is crazy since the bricklayer doesn't understand what he is talking about. So these details one becomes aware of in the extreme clarity or understanding are touchy. They can perhaps do more harm than good. They can lead to misunderstandings. Anger management is simply detecting when one is getting angry, counting to 10, and avoiding that anger getting any stronger. That is essentially what happened, but with many emotions. Feeling happy is an emotion, for example. I had to be absolute in this accidental emotional and ego blocking to master this game. I was not aware at the time that is what I was doing, but now I understand that is what I did. I only wanted to master this game and do well. So it's not the game enabled this accidental discovery. So now the can of worms, the big can of worms. I have no medical problems. My MRI is normal. My EEG is normal. I am able to function perhaps many times better without emotions, and with no sense of time than I used to, or than a normal person could with a sense of time. So that's a can of worms. I have much greater clarity, perhaps supernatural clarity, compared to a normal person. I have no sense of time. A normal person has a sense of time and much more emotions. But the test indicates I'm normal. I am not ill. I do not have an illness. So, if I'm normal, then anyone with a sense of time is abnormal. It's not possible a person with no sense of time and extreme clarity and few emotions can be normal. And a person with a sense of time and normal clarity and emotions can be normal also. Is extreme clarity normal? Or is average clarity normal? Is a sense of time normal? Or is no sense of time normal? If one can reach extreme clarity just by blocking emotions and ego for a few months, then extreme clarity is normal. It just takes a little effort to achieve. Blocking emotions and ego does not harm one's health. So this is perhaps a huge can of worms, because the majority of people have a sense of time, and their ego and emotions will not allow them to say they are perhaps abnormal. I have few emotions and slight ego, and I am willing to admit I'm totally abnormal. The MRI and EEG did not prove I'm abnormal, they proved I am normal. I used to have a sense of time, and I was confused or found life difficult like many do, who have a sense of time. Life is hard. Now with no sense of time, there is nothing I have encountered so far in these 3 months, that I would even consider a problem more difficult to understand. That may be hard to believe, but this extreme clarity enables extreme understanding. In this date 8/6/2008, 0741 I decided I was going